Want to see Bavaria's fairy tale region in the perfect 72-hour loop? Catching the castles, medieval towns, and Alpine lakes without wasting time on crowds or bad timing. Follow this exact plan, and you'll hit the legendary views, find the quiet corners locals love, and know when and where to book so your 3 days feel epic, not exhausting. This house is Escape to Europe. We teach you how to travel smart in Europe. Subscribe now. Start your first morning in Munich and move directly toward the Alps. Neuschwanstein Castle is the anchor of day one and the reason many travelers come to Bavaria. The fastest public option to reach Füssen, the town below the castle, is by regional train. Approximately 2 hours from Munich, you'll be in Füssen, so plan an early departure and keep your schedule tight. Aim to arrive in Füssen with enough margin to catch the local shuttle or bus up toward the castles. This timing helps you avoid the worst of the tourist crush. Neuschwanstein is accessible only via guided tour, and tickets sell fast in high season. Book online in advance with the official ticket office whenever possible, and reserve your entrance window so you don't waste hours in line at the ticket center. If you can't book ahead, show up very early at the ticket center because remaining same-day tickets are limited. On a practical note, allow at least 60 to 90 minutes for the castle visit itself, and another 30 to 45 minutes to reach the best viewpoints like Marienbrücke. This gives you time to photograph the classic fairy tale angles without rushing. After the castle, spend your afternoon in Füssen. The town is compact, medieval, and perfectly placed for a relaxed walk. Cobbled streets, timbered houses, and small cafes that feel authentically Bavarian. Choose a traditional inn for dinner. Go for local specialties like schnitzel or a mountain-style fish dish. And sleep early if you want a sunrise start the next day. The rhythm here is simple. Castle spectacle in the morning, slow town exploration in the afternoon, and a crisp Alpine night to recharge. If you found the first day useful, subscribe now. I publish exact timing hacks and local shortcuts that save hours on busy itineraries. Day 2 moves west along the romantic road and into the medieval heart of Bavaria. Your headline stop is Rothenburg ob der Tauber, a perfectly preserved walled town whose towers and narrow lanes look like they were lifted from a storybook. Rothenburg is compact but dense with photogenic corners. Climb a short stretch of the wall for morning light, explore the market square and the Plönline intersection, and allow at least 2 to 3 hours to soak in the atmosphere in small museums. The romantic road is long and full of choices. So pick Rothenburg as your main anchor and reserve the rest of your day for a couple of nearby villages to avoid overscheduling. After Rothenburg, consider a quieter detour to a less visited gem like Dinkelsbühl, or the Bavarian Alpine village of Mittenwald, depending on whether you prefer medieval charm or mountain scenery. Both give you that off-the-guidebook feeling. Artisan shops, painted facades, and village squares where locals still meet over beer in the evening. These stops are also practical for stretching your legs and enjoying authentic meals without the heavy tourist markups you'll find in the most famous towns. Late afternoon and evening are for water and reflection. Choose a lake near your route. Lake Tegernsee offers classic Alpine lakeside charm, while if you're willing to go a bit further southeast, Königssee near Berchtesgaden delivers dramatic fjord-like waters and an unforgettable boat ride to St. Bartholomew. If you go to Königssee, aim for an early boat departure or return before the late afternoon rush. Boats can sell out during peak season, and the best light for photos is often in the morning or early evening. Plan your lake time so that you get a calm boat stretch and an early dinner with a view. For the final day, balance a few last storybook stops with an easy return to Munich. If you're enjoying the guide, subscribe to Escape to Europe. Next, I'll show exact local operators for private boats and trusted guides who make a big difference. Start with a morning visit to a colorful village like Oberammergau, famous for its painted facades, wood carving tradition, and rich frescoes. Walk the main street. Look for locally carved souvenirs, and if you time it right, catch a short morning performance or artisans at work. Oberammergau gives you that final fairy tale taste. Village frescoes, intimate craft shops, and a quieter pace before the day's travel begins. If you stayed closer to Munich on your final night, drop by Nymphenburg Palace, or a lesser visited castle on the edge of the city. Nymphenburg's Baroque gardens and palace rooms offer a civilized contrast to the mountain castles and are a graceful way to end your Bavarian loop. For those initiating a final Alpine view, take a short cable car or lift ride in the region. Even a 20-30-minute ascent gives you panoramic vistas that make the final photos unforgettable. When planning your exit, aim for an afternoon train or flight out of Munich so you avoid peak morning crowds and give yourself a buffer for connections. If you're returning by train from a lakeside or mountain town, check schedules the evening before and allow at least 45 to 60 minutes for transfers. German train connections are efficient but can be busy in high season. A few practical budget and packing tips before we close. Splurge on one memorable experience: a guided interior tour, a private boat at sunset, or a special dinner in a castle-like setting. And save on everyday costs by choosing side street cafes and regional ferries instead of private transfers. Pack comfortable walking shoes for cobblestones and easy hikes. Bring a warm layer for alpine evenings, and carry a refillable water bottle for trail sections. These small choices add up to more comfort and fewer surprises. 3 final takeaways to remember. Book Neuschwanstein's guided tour in advance to lock your slot. Anchor your second day around a major stop like Rothenburg, and then add smaller villages for local flavor. And reserve one intentional splurge to make this 72-hour trip truly memorable. Bavaria's fairytale region is cinematic and approachable. With a clear plan, you can see its best in just 3 days and leave wanting to return. Thanks for watching Escape to Europe. Travel light, move with intention, and subscribe for more no-fluff European guides that turn short trips into unforgettable stories.